Good afternoon, Aries, and welcome to Chrissy Tarot Messages. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. Hopefully there is something in it that resonates with you, because there is a reason that you were drawn to it. So it is Thursday and I'm off work because I don't work Wednesdays and Thursdays since I went part-time. So I shuffled and prepared this gilded tarot deck for you yesterday, and I've tried to limit the amount of channeled stuff, so I haven't done a lot of meditating on your energy. I have had a little look at the bottom of the deck energy, the shadow energy. But what I will say, Aries, I was getting the word tsunami as I started shuffling. And I don't know if it ties in with the fact that I mentioned storm warning, literally or figuratively speaking. Now, as I say, I've tried to just zone out and wait until I actually do the reading, because I'm not sleeping very well. And if I tap into your energy before I go to bed, I find that I have all these downloads in dream state. I'm busy changing over my insomnia medication back to what I was on originally, but because I've had to start on a very small dose and because of the changeover, I'm just not sleeping at all. So I'm in a bit of a state, but I'm hoping that I can get the sleep pattern sorted out again. But it's been going on, this period has been going on for a couple of weeks. And it's pretty torturous when you don't sleep. So, just as I was about to prepare to do this reading for you, something came up on my news feed, and it was a short, and it was a little snippet of a Morrissey song. Now, I used to be a huge Smiths fan when I was young, when I was doing my further education, and as a very young adult, I loved them. Now it was lovely to hear this snippet of the song, because it has a lovely tune. It's very catchy, and I didn't know what it was called. It was actually called Suede Head, but I played it, I played the full version, and it brought back some lovely memories of the past. But then I thought, well, and I'm getting the chills here, I'm getting the goosebumps. I thought this has got something to do with my Aries collective. So I wasn't sure of all of the lyrics, so here are the lyrics that stood out when I looked at them. Why do you come here when you know it makes it hard for me? And it was a good lay. So that's really tying in with the energy that I've picked up a couple of readings ago, where I said that you had feelings for someone, but to them it was maybe just sex. So I've Googled even the song meaning, and apparently Morrissey wrote it about James Dean, the rebel without a cause. Now that kind of as well struck a chord with me, because Mr. Chrissy and I were walking Shiloh back to his field last night, and Shiloh dragged Mr. Chrissy to a patch of long grass and had a sly munch, and Mr. Chrissy was cursing, and he said, Shiloh, you're just a rebel without a cause. So, yeah. So we're going to get straight into the bottom of the deck, my loves. Before we do, before we look at the overarching energy of this reading, I would like just to remind you of the basics again, just for you to only take messages that resonate naturally for you. Cherry pick what's yours, use your discernment, what stands out to you, what rings a bell, discard anything else that I say, and you may need to reverse the energy. Cross watchers can reverse the energy. Once you've decided what's for you, if anything, maybe it's bits and pieces, maybe it could, if you're lucky, be the whole reading. But if none of it resonates, please do have a look at my past Aries readings and see if you're drawn to any of the titles or the thumbnails, because they're all timeless. So then you decide how the messages resonate, i.e. who they are about, and place yourself in the scenario where you belong, because quite often it's not about you, it's about someone else. So we'll have a look at the bottom. Now, I did scribble some stuff down about the bottom of the deck, so I will refer to that as well. So the first card on the bottom we have is the Four of Swords. And then we have the Lovers, Gemini energy, then the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Star, which is Aquarius energy. So immediately, and I thought this when I looked at the bottom of the deck last night, someone sees you, and the fact that you are an inspiration to people, the fact that you are getting attention, the fact that maybe you are financially comfortable. I'm not going to say well off, but you know, some of you could be married and settled with this Queen of Pentacles energy. But, you know, I feel like Aries always attracts jealousy, because Aries, you know, my lovely emperors, you are capable, you get things done, you take the lead, you help people, you help to fix things, you're confident, you know, you're naturally confident and capable and loyal. And I do feel like you are one of the signs that attracts jealous people the most. So that's what I feel like this is. I feel like whether you're married or single or whatever, some of you could be single parents with the Queen of Pentacles, and you've got someone having a conversation with another person about their love life. And I'm getting that song by, you know, the Friends theme tune by the Rembrandts. You're broke, your job's a joke, your love life is DOA, stuck in second gear. So you've got this person who's a dippy downer again, and they're talking, I don't know who they're talking to, about the fact that their person, past or present, was too tired for physical intimacy, too tired for loving, always had a headache, you know, something about after work going for a few drinks, you know, drinking and talking. And I'm just getting that saying, if they're not having sex with you, then who are they doing it with? Because there's like the feeling that there's a reason that this person had a headache. And the Nine of Cups is a very selfish energy. The Two of Pentacles and the Lovers, it's an energy of someone in a relationship who was juggling, who kind of had their eye on a third party, who was tempted by the forbidden fruit. And you know, this, whoever this is that's looking at you in your Queen of Pentacles star energy, they want that. They want to be put on a pedestal, either by a romantic partner or by their children. They want to be comfortable financially. They want to be married. They want to be adored. They want to be the star in someone's story. They want to be getting the attention. And I feel like the attention is on you. Maybe you are influencing people. Maybe you're doing something online, because I've used the word influence. And you've got, wherever you get someone doing well, someone helping people, inspiring people, you get these jealous people as well. So it could be that as well, Aries. But we'll get into the actual main body of your reading. So we start off with the moon. I'll just check that you can see that card. Yes, I think you can. Next, we have the Three of Pentacles. It's that thing again. There's a collaboration going on that you don't know about, or you didn't know about. Now, it might be significant to you personally, or it could be the situation of someone that you know, where someone has maybe been getting it on with a friend or a colleague at night. Maybe it's that what I said when I picked up the last time. There's something shady going on in the company that someone keeps. Now, either whether that's the friendship circle or the company that someone works for, there could be some doubtful colleagues or a doubtful friendship. There's just something, it just keeps coming through as dodgy dealings. So it could just purely be a career thing, a work thing, where you or someone in your energy is worried about your job, or you have doubts about your colleagues, you know, the sincerity of your colleagues. It could be that your management is drafting a new trainee in without your knowledge, or there's something to do with a training course, or they could be sending you on a training course, but they're discussing it and they haven't sort of told you yet. There's some talks. There could be talks going on behind your back about moving you to a different team at work. Then maybe they're rejigging, and you can feel that there's talks going on just through little hints. And it could be totally in your best interests, Aries, whoever I'm talking to. But it's just that you're not being kept in the loop until, you know, a decision has been made. Or it could be that there are whisperings going on behind your back, or that someone's partner is dabbling, is doing something they shouldn't with a colleague or at work. There we have the Ace of Wands, the card of passion and sexual chemistry. Now, if the message for you definitely isn't about, because you need to take what's yours and leave the rest, if the message for you isn't about a sexual thing, you know, someone in the workplace or whatever, then this could be something of a new passion that becomes a part-time job. It could be something like that with this Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles. It could be, it could be that whatever's going on here that you're worried about might turn out to be great news, work-wise. You might find that you're going to be placed in a different role that's going to really fire you up, you're going to find it exciting compared to something that you were a bit doubtful about, something where there was doubt cast over it, some kind of job role. Could be a change altogether, where working for an employer and you decide to just work for yourself. We get the Queen of Cups next. So I'm looking at that Queen of Cups, and she can signify light working, using your psychic senses to help people. Or it could be, I think someone's training to become a nurse or a therapist, because I've picked this up before. Now, it could even be a midwife that is a career dream for someone, because I'm getting the words either creative passion or creating new life. Maybe you're passionate, if it's not about bringing babies into the world, obstetrics, it could be that you're passionate about the babies that you've given birth to, your children, because the Queen of Cups can be a mother figure, a single mother, or it could be a very nurturing father figure. There's something about you love your work, you love this, maybe you're able to use your creative side and your nurturing side in this new hobby or new career project. Then we've got the World, which is an achievement. So the World is fixed energy, which is star signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio and Leo, the fixed signs. So there's something about you achieving. I do feel like you're in this Queen of Cups or King of Cups energy, Aries, and I've said this to you before. So you're very good in touch with your intuition. You're very compassionate. You're natural parents, whether that's to human babies or fur babies or both. And there's something about achievements. There's something about accolades. And there's definitely something about where either you're sharing something online or you're working online. This could be the World Wide Web. But I'm noticing that you've got your back. Your back is turned and something's going on behind your back. And I've already sort of mentioned what it could be. But you're just clasping your cup of love, and maybe you've put a distance. The world can be about distance. Maybe you've put a distance between yourself and that you were worried about, doubtful about, that was going on, something shady that's gone on. It could just be a past thing. And with the World, maybe you've closed out the cycle. It could even be just shady things being said about something that you've put online. You know, you might have put your heart and soul into something and you've got these backbiting energies. I'm getting compassionate, you know, because this Ace of Wands is about passion, but then this Queen of Cups is about compassion. So we've got to, you know, like possibly two different threads, but you might be passionate about being compassionate, about being an empath, Aries. We've got the Four of Cups. So here we have it. We have Dippy Downer, someone who's in the huff. Because they feel you've got the whole world in your hands, and you know you've achieved a lot in your life, and they're in the huff. Why couldn't this happen to me? Someone who's just bored with their own life, and they've just got something to say about your achievements, whatever they may be. But the thing is, there's a cup of love being offered to them and they're just like, nah, I'm not going to bother with it. You know? And there's like a rat in the grass there, and there's 3 cups. And that person just looks like they're just disillusioned with their own life. And I'm getting this thing again that I keep seeing, these memes. If people are whispering about you behind your back, if people are making negative comments or whatever, it says a lot about them, not about you. It's something going on it's them. It's something going on in their life, something that they're not happy with about themselves, and they're trying to project it onto you. Next we have the Knight of Cups. So I'm looking at these two and the Ace of Wands, and there could be a parent advising a child, warning a child not to have unprotected sex, trying to put a stop to any unplanned pregnancies for a young adult. This is also with these two cards, the Four of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This could also be an energy of someone who's bored with their own love life. They're bored in their relationship. It's this person who's flirting with a third party online because they're bored with, maybe they're not getting the attention in their own relationship. And that could be this energy on the bottom of the deck, but it doesn't have to be. I'm getting stone sour. I'm looking at you through the glass. Someone's looking at you through a screen. And I know I hate it that this is coming through again, Aries, because I don't do jealousy personally. And I would say the only woman I've ever been envious of would be the beautiful Priscilla Presley. Because, you know, I wish I'd married Elvis. I wish I'd been, you know, young in the 60s and met Elvis and, but I still think Priscilla is wonderful. And I do follow her on social media. And I love looking at the pictures of her when she was in the 60s with her beehive hair. She was like a beautiful little porcelain doll. But apart from that, I just don't do jealousy, and it's staggering the amount of jealousy that's been directed at me because I've always been glamorous as an adult. but I've always been a humble person. I haven't been a bitch or anything. So someone's trying to find love online, or they're trying to get compliments and praise and flirtation. They're trying to seek it in an online forum, on, platform. They're looking at your life through the lens of the internet. So something that you're posting on the internet is making someone else jealous. Basically, Aries. So I'm sort of getting that this person shouldn't believe everything that they see on the internet, because people only post the positive things sometimes. They won't post pictures of themselves heartbroken and crying and stressed. Well, you wouldn't, would you, really? We've got the hanging man, the hanged man. So we've got double Pisces here, which I find very strange, because a lot of the time I do feel that there are messages in these readings for either me or people in my wider circle. But I don't know anyone who's a Pisces. Or maybe I do. Maybe I've got acquaintances or distant family who are Pisces. I feel like there's someone on your social media. I feel like this is someone on your social media friend list, or someone who follows you on some other online platform, who sees, or they think they know about your wonderful life, Aries. Now, this as well, I feel like with this Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups energy, I feel like someone's parent feels like they've sacrificed for the sake of their children, which parents do. They have to sacrifice. And I feel like maybe the child now grown up is maybe a bit ungrateful. Now, someone wants the acclaim that you've been getting here, Aries, but they're not doing anything. They're not, they're keeping themselves stuck. They're not making any moves. They're not taking any action to better their lives. These two cards as well. Another thread is that someone might be fed up of waiting for their partner to propose, or fed up of waiting to find a spouse. Then maybe they're always, I've said this before, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Why won't someone ask me to marry them? But if they're not doing anything to find the right person, or to tell their person that they want to get married, So next we have the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Ten of Cups. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I feel like someone's worried about their parent. Maybe the parent is stuck in the house, or stuck in their ways. Or maybe the parent is... Maybe someone's worried that their parent... it could be a parent that's getting back into online dating, and maybe they're worried about their parent getting hurt. Now, I feel like these two cards are you. Now, the Ten of Cups is the Happy Family card. The Knight of Pentacles, I feel like this is you. I feel like this is the two siblings again. This one's in the huff, this over emotional one, who's stuck in their groove, and then this one is the hippie, the reliable, the peace out, the well-rounded, and I feel like you're striving for a happy family situation here. And this is someone looking at you on the internet thinking that everything is sunshine and rainbows. But maybe it's not. Maybe these siblings are in your family, Aries. And maybe you're trying to bring them into balance and for everyone to get along. But there's one, maybe it's one of the siblings that's in the huff. Because these are young adults. They could have children of their own. They don't have to, though. They could have relationships of their own. And there's an energy of someone who's disillusioned. You're striving for long-lasting happiness here with these two cards, a stable family situation. But someone else who sees you online and thinks it's all happy families and sunshine and rainbows, I feel like they feel that their life is a lie. They feel like their life, they're going nowhere or it's going nowhere. And it's that always stuck in second gear. So this is an energy of being stuck and not going up a gear, not doing anything to move forward, which I've just said. Now we've got the Emperor, which is Aries energy. It's also the father figure. I feel like someone's family, I don't know why I said family. Someone's family situation, whether that's yours, Aries, or someone in your family, their little tribe, has been rocked. Someone's stability has been rocked in some way. Now, I feel like there's kind of this little undercurrent of envy because you've got your shit together here in the Ten of Cups, Emperor energy, but you may have worked for a long time to get to this pinnacle of being, again, this could be you in your parent energy, Aries, whether you're a mother or a father. I feel like someone else's spouse or parent or both has been having a long running affair, or something happened, some affair happened a long time ago, and someone hasn't spoken about it for years. But if it's a recent thing that's just been found out, that's been going on more recent past, I feel like there's someone's spouse has lied and said, I haven't spoken to that person for a long time. But they have. It could just be simply someone's spouse or someone's parent has said, that they're not talking to someone in their family. But they've been talking to them all along. It could be something like that. They've been lying to their partner. Or it could be the person that they had a family with, the ex. Maybe someone's spouse has said, I don't talk to the baby dad or baby mom anymore. But maybe they have been talking to them. We've got the Empress reversed. So we've got the mother and father cards, but the mother card is upside down. So the Empress is Taurus Libra. I've got a lot of things flooding through for this Empress reversed. It could be that there's a mother figure who is overbearing. That's the first thing I think of when I think of the Empress reversed. An overbearing feminine, someone who's not nurturing. It could just be that someone's worried about their own mother who's not looking after herself, who's not nurturing herself, not practicing good self-care, because there's levels to even the reversed cards. I feel like this is the someone who wants the perfect life, the perfect family, the perfect partner, but they're hanging upside down in these two cards. And they're not displaying the love and compassion and warmth that you're giving out, Aries. They expect praise, love, respect, what you seem to be getting from people, friends, family, followers at the moment. But you've worked hard, maybe you're getting accolades in your profession, in your career, your work. But you've put that effort in for the personal and career success that you've gotten. But this person, they want everything handed to them on a plate without having to lift a finger. Now, this could be a feminine energy who something's happened to them and it's made them lash out and be a bit spiteful rather than being kind, and it's all to do with them. Or it could just be simply someone who's not a naturally good parent, or someone who naturally isn't able to have kids themselves, or someone who's had fertility struggles. So I'm just going to, before I go, Aries, I'm just going to pull a miracle card for you, my darlings. Please do give me a thumbs up on the video. It really does help me. It gives me that feedback, and it's a good energetic exchange between you and I. And please subscribe to my little tribe if you haven't already clicked subscribe. So this card is perceiving others. How strange when we've just been talking about that. The places in our personality where we tend to deviate from love are not our faults, but our wounds. What have I just been saying? God doesn't want to punish us, but to heal us. Now, this is also very strange because I've just been watching a life coaching channel and a video about when the universe sends us difficult things or difficult people. And the life coach lady was saying they're not doing it to make you feel uncomfortable. It's for your own good. It's to help you to look at your shadow side, or to help someone else to look at theirs. So it's not to punish, it's to heal. And that is how God wishes us to view errors in other people as their woundedness, not their guilt. And that brings me on to, before I close this reading out, to that meme that I mentioned the last time, about the meme about oh God, I've lost it. The meme, what was the meme again? Oh yeah, about when you become healed and emotionally on the highest level of intelligence, you tend not to hate people because you see people who are being nasty as just hurt people who are acting out and projecting. So that's what's coming through here as well. Now this is trying to show through. This card says happiness isn't something you get, it's something you give. So someone isn't giving out positivity and goodness and care because they're in this upside down, stuck energy. Now I would say to maybe give them a bit of leeway, maybe try and see things from their point of view and why they're hurt and why they're acting out. However, it's very difficult if they're lashing out at you and saying personal things that they know will hurt you. Mr. Chrissy often says to me, sometimes people lash out at their nearest and dearest and, they don't mean to. So there could be an element of that going on, Aries. So I hope you found this video helpful, enlightening, resonant, useful. I hope you like my soothing voice. I just want to say a big thank you for watching, for supporting me, for giving me the likes and joining my tribe. And I want to send you lots of love and light. God bless you all. Till the next video. And take care of yourselves, my loves. Bye for now.